Good morning, everyone. I am going to talk about, like literally still in my pajamas, just FYI. And I was like, maybe I'll just do a pop up one today because I slept in. My girls are in Miami Beach visiting my parents, and Rob and I went up to Vancouver this weekend, which was amazing. And it was amazing. And we walked like so all over the city for 2 days and then got home and then had a concert to go to. So I totally slept in until like 9:30 and I was like, good morning. So I was gonna do a pop-up, but then I'm like, well, I'm up and I'm drinking my coffee, my mushroom coffee. Does anybody else drink mushroom coffee? I just got into it. I can't drink coffee anymore. And I swear it's because of like being an empath. I'm getting more and more sensitive. So let me know. I started drinking teas, which are awesome. And then hi Sherry. And now I'm kind of into the mushroom coffee, which is like way less jittery. So anyway, back to being an empath. Okay, so there are tons of different empaths. Well, not tons, but there's definitely a lot of different types of empaths. And I'm going to go through them today. And I want to hear which ones you feel that you are. Okay, so we're not thinking about it. We're not trying to figure it out. We are feeling into this. I keep hearing so many people talk about it. Haven't tried it yet. It's really good, and it's like a powder that you put in water. And so, yeah, I just got mine on Amazon. I was like, I'll try this one. And I'm enjoying it. And I got into oat milk. I don't know. It's like middle age new things are happening. Anyway, okay, so there are different types of empaths. Here we go. The first one is a physical empath. This is somebody who literally feels the physical ailments of another person. Okay. I have a colleague and a friend of mine who's a physical empath, and she could, like when we were in groups together, like she would literally be picking up ailments of somebody else. So like if you're like straight up okay, and then all of a sudden you start getting a migraine headache, it might be, and you're in a room with a bunch of other people, it might be that you're picking up on somebody else's physical ailment. This is also called a medical intuitive. And so usually medical intuitives are physical empaths. The second type of empath is the emotional empath. This is totally me. This is why I'm in the field that I am in. Just, not just, I was going to say like the opposite of the physical empath. Like we literally feel the other feelings of another person. Okay. So if this is you constantly have to be checking in with yourself and asking yourself these questions. Okay, this is super important because otherwise we're like sponges. Okay, like going around the city of Vancouver for 2 days and then going to the zoo, which was a really awesome place to see a concert if you're in the Seattle area. But there's just, there are people all over. So I was like super done yesterday, which again, why I'm in my pajamas. And I needed to shut down. But especially if you're in a group of people or even a small amount of people, what you constantly want to ask yourself is, one, what is my emotional baseline? Like, what is my baseline without anybody around? Like, what kind of mood am I in? Am I tired? Am I agitated? Am I feeling peaceful? Like, whatever it is, tired, whatever your baseline is, okay? So it's always important to get your emotional baseline, okay? The second thing is, does my mood shift around certain people? So, especially like we talked about, I think it was last week with the energy vampires, check in. How do you feel around specific people? I have people coming to my house in a couple of minutes, so I better like make this quick. So I can get out of my pajamas. It's just one of those days. So does your mood shift around somebody else? Are they an energy vampire, or do they ground you, or do they excite you, right? So check in first with yourself and then notice the emotions and the feelings and the moods and the energy shifts of other people, okay? And then, this is the most important question. Ask yourself, is this mine? Okay? If it's not, let it go. Because if your baseline is content, and then somebody comes in the room and they're kind of pissed off or angry, and then all of a sudden you're feeling angry and pissed off, that is not yours. It's not yours. You are an emotional sponge and you're picking it up. So you could say to yourself, this isn't mine. Let it go. You could even remove yourself from the room, whatever you need to do. Okay? So then the third type of empath is the intuitive empath. And then within this are a lot of sub empaths, technically. Okay. And this is also one that I am, right? So I'm emotional and intuitive. So you could definitely be more than one. You could possibly be all three. I mean, and if you are, oh my God, you better check your energy. Make sure that it is all yours. But there is an intuitive empath. Okay. And I would love to hear which ones you are and what gifts you have from being an empath, because once you're empowered and you know that you are one, it's amazing to work with it. Okay. So the intuitive empath is not only are you feeling other people's feelings, but you're able to take a broad view and perspective and understand the why behind the feelings. Okay. Like we're able to see patterns. We're able to see different perspectives. It's like, I always say, it's like when I work with people, it's like working with like a soul map, right? So like people are like, I go all over the place. I'm like, it's totally fine. I totally could follow and do follow. And so for me, it's like being able to see different points on a map and then being able to see this broad perspective and this like unique pattern that is specifically for you. And to be able to identify like the links and the patterns and the cause and the effect and the why is this happening for you on a soul level. So like that's what that intuitive empath does. The further, when we break this down, that intuition could be they're basically your psychic gifts, right? Could be broken down into these 4 types: dreaming, telepathic, mediums, and an earth/nature empath. Okay. So the dreaming is, do things come to you in dreams? Are you really, like I could have a dream and then 2 years later, literally be in that space. That just actually happened to me in Vancouver, and it could just be like a splice of a dream, or it could be like a whole section of a dream. And then I'm there like 2 years later. For me, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm on my life path. This is where I'm supposed to be going. It's kind of like a validation for it. So did things come to you in dreams? I want to know. One of my daughters, things totally come to her in dreams, just like me, except it's not a 2-year span. It's like literally like a couple of days or like a week at most. And it's pretty amazing and wild. So this also means that you're really good at decoding your dreams. And not only your dreams, but you're good at decoding and deciphering other people's dreams too. Just comes really naturally, being able to work with symbols and archetypes and stuff like that. The second one is telepathic. And this is you if you hear people constantly telling you like, oh my God, you were reading my mind. I was just thinking of you. And usually when people say that to me, I'm like, oh good, you got my message, because I was thinking of them, and they call or whatever, right? The third one is a medium, okay? And this is like the Long Island medium, all right? Or if you've had a loved one cross over and you go to someone, what they're doing is they are picking up information from your auric field, and it's called a medium because they're able to get to this place in like the ethers, for lack of a better way to put it, that bridges the earthly field and your field with your loved one. And they're the medium, they're the crossover, they're that conduit that could connect the two of you so that you could get information. So if this is you, you're picking up information from somebody else's auric field, which is your energy field, which is your boundaries. Hello, that's my big, like my big secret. That's not really a secret because I tell everybody that your boundaries are the, like your aura is just the like your spiritual boundaries, like your boundaries. I can't speak this morning. Are these the people coming to my house? Okay, I better make it quick. Anyway, your boundaries is just the psychological term for your energy field. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. And then there's nature and earth empaths, which is what my other kiddo is. And if you're one of these, you're picking up everything that's majorly going on in the planet. Like, you know, when there's going to be like an earthquake or a tsunami, or you just feel the energy of the earth. Like the trees speak to you and the mountains speak to you and the water speaks to you and you feel the earth so deeply. So those are the types of empaths that there are. And I would love to hear from you, see what kind you are. And somebody's showing up on my door. And I will see you next time. Bye.